That sound never gets old, YouTube. I was telling somebody the other day, nothing makes me feel like the Maserati when I'm sitting in that driver's seat. Got nothing to do with the name, everything to do with the motor. It's worth all the videos that I've had to post. But today is actually an exciting video. Look at that. So that's a 28-inch Vizio TV. On my last video, I told you I was trying to solve the riddle of the navigation issues that this car has. And I've actually solved those issues. As you can see, you see that's the blank punt unit. Obviously it's messing up because it has to actually go through a digital converter, which is not attached to. I actually bypassed the converter just to make sure it worked before I pulled in my garage and actually put it all back together. So as you can see, if you remember the original video, that's your gaming board. There was an alpine unit that was installed in the vehicle aftermarket. That's why you got that cutout faceplate. And the dealer I bought it from said the radio wasn't working. So I wound up buying a used navigation unit for a real good price. I wanted it anyway, because when you own a car like this, anytime you do something aftermarket, you also want to have the original equipment for resale. So I paid 150 bucks. I got the code. I paid $20 for it. So right now I have two navigation units that both work. This is the original one that included the original card, which is what I wanted to keep. And then I have a backup in the event that this goes. So the dealer wasn't lying. It wasn't working, but the radio wasn't the issue. It was actually that gaming board right there. That's the original gaming board. And what that was supposed to do is convert the signal coming out of the navigation unit into the aftermarket unit, which has an input. And then, so what was going on, I couldn't see the screen to put the code in for everything that's supposed to work in the car to work. So as you can see there, the video is processing. That's your new board. The red light actually indicates it. So this actually might work out for any of you who actually want to put an aftermarket unit in and keep the factory settings. So that's the factory, again, blank putt unit that's sending that signal out, converting it to send it to the back of an aftermarket. The only thing when you buy an aftermarket to put in here, you need to make sure it accepts an input signal. So it's going to go from the VGA. It's going to go from, yes, the VGA to a converter that's actually in the back that converts it to a single line signal that's actually going to go in the input in the back of the aftermarket radio. Because one thing I didn't want to have to use was the original radio, because if you saw my previous videos, I rigged up the two Sony Explode amps, which sound so much better with an aftermarket. Again, like I told you before, these speakers have the capability to put so much more out, and that Bose original piece of equipment is restricting the capability of those original speakers. So there you got it. You know, Christmas Eve, I'm excited because what I call this is progress. And so now, you know, I think I've done everything I can do as far as my dash. Looks like I'm gonna have to go to the dealer for a flash, but again, you know, it is what it is. But everything that I can do up until this point is done. So it's time to get this thing buttoned up. It is registered. My pedal commander is installed. So I'm anxious to drive this thing. So until next time, if you're interested in this VGA circuit board, I think, let me see if I can find the part numbers right there. It's a GBS 8200 V4.0, and that was my issue. This was fried, and it was no longer displaying the signal. Till next time.